Okay, welcome back to the channel, everyone. We got another PCGS unboxing, a huge economy submission. Let's see what we got inside. Oh yeah. All right, here we go. Box number one. Enjoy. Let's go. Coin number one. Woo, starting out with a bang. 1907 Indian, MS65 red. That's a great coin. Gem Unk, nice color. Might send a few of these off to CAC for stickering. Actually put on some gloves so I don't get fingerprints on the holders. Next up, 41S Walking Liberty and MS65. Back-to-back MS65 gem coins. Let's see, do I agree with this grade? Oh yeah, that's definitely a nice coin. Super well struck for an S mint. It just has this ever so slight haze to it. If it was blast white, it would probably be a 6. Okay, 29S Buffalo. Hey, this is one I cracked out of a, I think it was either old green holder or old soapbox annex holder. It was a 64, so we did upgrade to a 5. I'm happy about that, as you can see. Really nice coin, great color. What's next? Another Buffalo, 16D and MS63. Not sure where this one came from, probably just out of a Dansko album. I think I bought a complete Buffalo set. Next up, oh yeah, 32S. This is another coin that I broke out. Okay, mixed feelings about this one. I broke it out of a soapbox annex holder from the 80s or 90s in an MS62 holder. I thought it would go a 3, but I knew that it wouldn't go lower than a 2. So I figured worst case, I have it in a PCGS holder. That's probably better than an old annex. Maybe you could argue the annex was a little better, but whatever. I'm happy with that. I think it could go a 3. Maybe if I did a little restoration and got some of the spotting off, probably would have gone a 3. Okay, next up. Ooh, 16S and MS66. It is not a full bands coin. You can clearly see there's no separation there in the middle. So I'm fine with not getting the designation, but it definitely scored pretty high on the grade, 66. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Again, not sure what this is worth. 40S, 65. Once again, no full bands designation. I'm seeing a little more separation there. I maybe wish this went full bands. I doubt a 40S and 65 is worth too much money. So that might have been a dud, but hey, this is an economy submission. The coins only cost 20-something bucks to grade. It really doesn't hurt to try on some of these. Here we go. First full bands, 1937 and 66 full bands. I am happy with that. As you can, I don't even have to zoom in. You can clearly see the separation right in the middle of the coin between those two lines. So that's an easy full bands. All right, another full bands. 23. This is our last, I think, upgrade coin in the submission. This came out of a Rattler MS64 full bands. In hindsight, I maybe should have left it in the Rattler because I know a lot of people who collect early Rattlers, especially on Mercury dimes, but I knew it was an upgrade and I figured it would be worth cracking out. So we'll see. Comment down below if I should have left that in a 4. But regardless, beautiful coin. Gem coin, full bands. Great for somebody filling out a nice Mercury collection. By the way, be sure to follow me on all the social media pages, and also feel free to reach out through direct message or email if you're interested in any of these coins. Not sure how quickly I'll get this video up, how many will still be available, because I like to sell things for a good price and quick, but we'll see. Reach out if you are interested. All right, let's keep this going. Ooh, yes. Okay, I lied. There was one more upgrade coin in the group. This 16D was in a soapbox AG3 holder, and I said, you know what? It's like AG 3.75. We might just squeak out the G4. And what do you know? We got it. That goes up a bunch. This coin, talk about red hot coins. Come on, a 16D in a straight grade G4 fresh PCGS holder. That is good as gold. I think the price guide value on this one, it's about 1,200 bucks. Not sure where the market is, probably a little bit below that, but not by much because it's a great coin. Key date. Really happy with that one. Okay, 39S, 66. I was probably going for full bands again. Let's see. Yeah, no, not quite full bands. So, this is the right grade on it. Not sure what it's worth without the full bands. Again, maybe not a whole lot, but you gotta try on some of these. Okay, I know I sent off a lot of Wheaties, so let's go through them. Starting with a 20S in 63 brown. Obviously, it is a brown coin. That is the right line on it there. And I can agree with a 3. I think it probably almost looks like a 4, but there's some chatter and there's nothing too exceptional about it. So a 3 is fine. 1874, common date in the 70s, but I just sent it off because it's a beautiful original chocolate brown coin. AU55, straight grade. Just a great coin for somebody for an Indian set. I can only wish this was a different date in the 70s, like a 77 or a 70 or 71 or 2 or basically anything but a 4, but that's okay. By the way, we have a few coins that were details graded. I guess I can go ahead and open those. Sometimes I leave them in the details holder. Sometimes I don't agree with the grades and I try to send it in one more time. Or sometimes I just sell it raw. Okay, this 92cc. Oops. I meant to actually get this in a holder. Obviously, it's cleaned. I know that. I just wanted it to say UNC details because that would jump up a bit versus like AU58 details. I should have had them just holder these. Oh, this one as well. Crap, dang it. I did not mean to have them just body bag them. I wanted this to be in a holder saying like VF details, environmental damage, strong reverse. I just wanted it to show that it was a strong reverse 22 plain. This is a great coin. You can see that sharp reverse. Strong date. That last 2 is very defined, unlike the weak reverse. See those wheat ears? They are completely defined and sharp. So it's a great coin. Yes, it's damaged, but still a great coin for collectors. So I should have had that holdered. Oops. Let's see, this 71. Okay, not a bad looking coin. I was hoping it would straight grade, but they popped it. I don't know if I agree with this one. That is a nice looking coin. Yeah, it's a little dark and there's a little something going on. What do they call it? Environmental damage. Yeah, not thrilled about that one. That's a tough coin in a straight grade XF holder. Okay, is what it is. Not thrilled. They called this one cleaned 1837 cat bust half. I mean, yes, it's been cleaned, but I've seen worse in holders, I feel like. Okay, then again, in the sliding, those are some pretty good hairlines. So, all right, I can agree with that one, but worth a try in my opinion. And next up, we got a questionable color, 1914. I mean, this is straight out of a Dansko book. I didn't touch this, so it's been in there for over 30 years. This was from an old collection, so they're calling it questionable. Is what it is. They didn't know it came out of a Dansko the last 30 years. So that's not too bad for details. Hey, what's going on with this one? They call this cleaned? What did they see? I guess they're just talking about the front having that haziness, whereas the back is perfect luster. The front is a bit dull. So somebody maybe dipped it or wiped it or something. So, okay, not the end of the world. All right, next up we got 1895 proof 64 red brown. Oh yeah, I'm happy with that one. Great call on the red brown, and yeah, not quite a 5, but it's a great coin for somebody. All right, next up, what do we got here? Ooh, got some red on it. 1894 63 red brown. All right, I had slightly higher hopes for this coin. I mean, look at that, just a blazer. I guess, yeah, it's got plenty of contact marks, but I was probably hoping for more like a 4. And that's about the most red you can get on a red brown. This is, if it just had a little less brown, a little more red, would have been a straight red, which would have been a great coin. So not happy with this coin, but just a really nice coin. I really wish it went 4. Oh well, that'll be good for somebody. All right. Oh, did I leave one out? Sorry, this was from the last box. Look at that, 1864 copper nickel MS62. Not the prettiest coin. That's why they called it a 2 and not a 3 or something, but still great for somebody's typeset or Indian album. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Not worth a fortune. These are pretty common. If it was a 61, that would have been a little better. Or like, of course, a 64L bronze. That would have been really nice to have in a 62, but yeah, wishful thinking. Okay, let's keep it going with the Lincolns. 1918S 64 brown. It's got a little red creeping in on the front. So yeah, 64 brown. Yep, that's the right call there. Happy with that. What do we got next? 1919S 64 red brown. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. A little more red on the front than the last coin. Looks good. Not a knockout coin by any means, but once again, if you're plugging away on a Lincoln album. All right, the Lincolns in full force today. 27S 3 brown. Oh, is that a little hairline on the coin or the holder? Looks like the coin right there. See in front of his chin? In front of his face? Guess not enough to call it details. I mean, it's still an attractive coin. 3 brown. Very happy with that. Okay, what do we got here? Whoa. 1900, 3 brown. It's got some spots on it, but it's got some pretty cool color. Okay, probably would have been a 4, but they netted it down a point for those 2 spots. Nice coin. Not a whole lot of money, but great coin. Okay, 16S 64 red brown. Okay. We're doing well on the Lincoln cents. Yeah, right grade there. Plenty of red. Nearly a fully red coin, but definitely has some darker toning up top on the face. So, okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, 25S 4 brown. Okay. This is a good coin. Now we're talking a little better. A little red peeking through, but not enough for the red-brown designation. Yeah, very few contact marks. I would definitely agree with a 4 brown. Really nice coin. I think that's a little tougher. Maybe I'll pop up some of the price guide values on the screen. 16D. What do we got? I'm not going to look at the grade. I'm going to say either, yeah, it's either a 3 or a 4. All right, 3 brown. Once again, still got some red peeking in there. So that's why you got to buy the coin and not the holder, because there's 3 browns out there that are just completely brown. Oh, here we go. Same exact grade, same type of coin. Look at the difference. Fully brown versus a little bit of red, even though they're the same grade. I feel like that could have been a red-brown penny, but guess we just missed it. All right, let's keep it going. 21S 64. Red brown. All right, back in business here. Oh, this is a tough coin. I think this might be worth like 700 bucks or something. Good looking coin. Great coin. Tougher date. Isn't that great? Okay. 1919D. MS62 brown. Yeah, definitely 62. You can tell it just has contact marks, weaker strike. Not a great looking coin, but fair for a 62. So probably not worth a ton. Hopefully it was worth sending it out though. All right, 29D 64 red brown. Definitely red brown is the right call there. And with the few spots, yeah, 64 is right. If it didn't have those, probably could have been a 5. Okay, 23S 2 brown. Okay, 23S has come pretty weak like this, so that is normal. Definitely a brown coin, and yeah, not a whole lot of pop to it. That's why they only called it a 2, but it's a very fair 2. I mean, that's just like how they come, so great for somebody's set once again. All right, 3 and 65 red brown. Oh, come on. This isn't red? Oh, I think I got gypped. Come on. All right. I mean, I guess there's a little brown peeking through, but what do you guys think? I feel like that should have been a 65 red. Set that aside. Okay. And now the body bag coins. Let's see. First up, this 16, fresh out of the book. So I don't know if I agree with some of these, but I get why they get scared. They get 100 Lincolns, a lot of red coins. It's hard for coins to still be red over 100 years later, so sometimes they just pop a few of them for questionable color. They're not even saying like artificial color anymore. They're saying just questionable. Like they're not sure. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So this one as well. All right, yeah, the back looks a little more suspect on that one, so I guess so. Whatever. 28, this was a blazer. Yeah, look at this. I mean, that coin is just bright. But it's got a nice look to it, so I figured this might grade 65 or 66 red, but they had other plans. All right, what do we got next? Oh, the 31S. Okay, yeah, a lot of color on the back. I mean, in my opinion, that's pretty nice color. And once again, also 30 years in the Dansko album, so I don't agree, but they're being really strict on these copper coins lately. 79, questionable color. Okay. Yeah, I could see this one a little bit more. A little odd. Front and back don't match at all. And then a 15P, questionable color. Yeah, you can tell it's been cleaned a little bit, it appears. So, yeah, whatever. I'm fine with that, too. Okay, the final box, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. gosh, got coins everywhere. Boy, I got to sell some of these, go to a show again. Woo, starting out with a bang. Check that out. 1868 Indian, 63 red brown. Great coin. Tougher date. Great for an Indian collector. That'll go quick. All right, look at this. I threw in another low ball. Hey, this one I think was graded fair too. I think this was on one of the last vlogs with the last economy unboxing. And I said, come on, this is like a fair 1.4. So I cracked it out, sent it in again, and we got the poor one. These low ball collectors love this stuff. This is probably worth like 400 bucks, which is wild to say for a coin that's like most people would think is worth $24. But anyway, that's cool. All right, what do we got here? 31 and 3 red. Okay, about time we get a red, but I was probably hoping for a little more than a 3. That looks like at least a 4. Oh, dang it. That smudge on the back is what did it in. They netted it down from a 4 or a 5, maybe. Ah, too bad. Great coin, great color. Okay. All right, what do we got here? You guys see the back? Okay, so it's going to be red, brown, whatever it is. Let's see it. Bang, 28D and what? 4 brown? No. No, 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 no. Look at all that red. No. Oh, I got gypped. I get the front doesn't have as much red, but it still has enough. Oh, no, 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 no. That is a red-brown coin. That's ridiculous. All right. I got to look if this is worth cracking out and sending back in, because this is not a 4 brown. I'm not happy with that. If you see this on the Bourse floor at a coin show in a brown holder, this would be a great brown coin to buy, because that should have been red brown. Okay. Next up, 2 more coins to go in holders. 22. See, this is a brown coin. I don't get what they're calling the other one red brown. This is ridiculous, but even this has a bit peeking through. Not enough. Totally fine with a brown designation. 22D, tougher date in 64. Wow, a lot of Lincolns for you guys today. Ending it off with a red-brown coin. There we go. I can agree with that. 64 seems like the right line on it too. Get a little close-up. Cool color there. Some greens and purples. A 1880. Too bad. Nice looking coin with the blues and stuff. I could easily see that being graded, so I'll probably try that again, because that, I mean, yeah, I get it's a little different from what you normally see, but there can easily be blue toning on copper, so I'll probably try to do that one again. Okay, definitely got some details coins, but I'm totally okay with that. Again, at 20-something bucks a piece, it's worth trying on a lot of these coins. And then we have a whole lot of straight graded, great coins, plenty of nice copper for you guys. If you're interested, hit me up. Otherwise, they'll go up on the eBay here pretty soon, or the Instagram or whatever. 16D, I think this might be the biggest winner of the group. Definitely is for an economy submission. Yeah, this probably should have been a standard submission. They probably charged me extra for this because it's worth more than the maximum, which is understandable. Some really nice Mercuries, some nice Buffaloes, that one nice walking down there, and a really nice low ball, which sounds like an oxymoron. But anyway, there you guys go. So subscribe so you don't miss future unboxings. We have a standard higher tier submission coming back from a show grade that I went to, so that's going to have some really high ticket coins in it, so you're going to want to subscribe for that coming up next. Okay, hope you guys enjoy. Take care. Have a great day.